Ramatara Skytrue News over oil stories. Woman accused police of vehicular assault against her son. Electricity thieves costing local businesses millions. And Army awards officers. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The commissioning parade of the Guyana Defense Force Standard Officers Course 50 and Reserve Course 16 was held on Wednesday at the Durban Park. The event commenced with the arrival of Prime Minister Moses Nagamootoo and President David Granger, who inspected the Guard of Honor before decorating the ensigns with their badge of rank. This ceremonial parade is a historical one as the ranks also graduated with associate degrees in general studies from the University of Guyana. The head of state, in his address, extended congratulations to the ranks, saying, quote, "Your commissions do not merely certificate to mark the successful completion of a training. They constitute the lawful license for you to exercise authority as officers of the Guyana Defense Force." The Sword of Honor was awarded to the 2nd Lieutenant Jehu West in the Standard Officers Course 50, with 2nd Lieutenant Robert Skeet receiving the same award for the Reserve Office 16. Two motorcyclists tried to flee from the cops. What happened next has become a blame game. Esther Sobers reports.
What was supposed to be a visit to a learning institution has left a teen hospitalized and possibly unable to walk in the future.
He said, "You have to come down here now." The police just braced his son off the road, give them a chase and knock them in the trench.
In an interview with Headline News, the mother of 17-year-old Jamal Barker, Regina Hines, explains that on Monday, whilst her son was on his way home after filling out a registration form from the Guyana Industrial Training Center, the teen decided to hitch a ride from one of his friends on a motorcycle. On their journey, the rider was summoned by the police to a stop for a routine check. The rider refused to stop, which led to a police chase into Bel Air Park. According to Hines, the police ran the teen into a neighborhood trench. However, the police are relating a different series of events.
I left and I walked over to the police and I asked him, "Good afternoon, officer. This Jamal Barker is my son." And he said, "Yes, I know. Your son ran into the vehicle." And that's how it happened.
Barker, who was the pillion rider, received severe injuries to his leg and back and is currently a patient at the Georgetown Public Hospital. The teen, who is discrediting the police version, spoke to this newscast by phone from his hospital bed. He shared his version about what transpired.
I'm a myself coming home from JC and a policeman training and I'm following and get up right now. So just I pick up one TV and last week overboard.
When asked why they refused to stop when approached by the police, Barker explained that he told his friend to stop, but he refused. He said his friend told him that he did not have the legal documentation for the motorbike. The rider received injuries to his leg and is currently in the police custody assisting with investigations. Meanwhile, Hines admits that she is not defending her son's actions. She is, however, frustrated that the police officers attached to the Kitty police station are not truthful about what transpired.
They are trying to cover up the story and they don't want the truth to come out. Because I know it's wrong, they do. But that is an offense that they could have been charged and what I could have lost my son, my only son. That's my only son. He helped me a lot.
Hines vows that she will continue to hold the police officers accountable for what happens to her son. The matter was reported to the higher police official, who has promised an investigation will be launched. Headline News will update this story as we gather more information on the possible investigation. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, former President Ramatar sues Skytrue News over oil stories, and GT&T talks about mental health in the workplace.
nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill. Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile. Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. GT&T engaged about 80 of their employees to sensitize them on matters of mental health. Esther Sobers has that story.
Yourself at work can contribute to the psychological health.
In an effort to ensure that persons better understand mental health issues and decrease stigma associated with the illness, the Guyana Telephone and Telegraph Company, GTT, held its first ever mental awareness campaign titled For Mind and Body. Over 40 of the company's employees took part in the venture at their headquarters on Brick Dam.
We've been creating an awareness. We invited a specialist to help to remove the stigma on mental health. In Guyana, in our society, we usually think of mental health as really those people who are sort of gone mad, really. But mental health affects us in many ways. And it is said that those who are you're in a work environment, those are the ones who are really affected by mental health because of the stress of work. And so we wanted to have that talk here at GT&T.
Studies suggest that 1 in 4 people are affected by mental health around the world. Mental health can affect anyone as it includes our emotional, psychosocial, and social well-being. It also affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we make choices. The course also dealt with how we understand the signs and causes of the disease and how to cope with someone who's affected by mental health. As part of the training, the GTT employees were assigned to various group discussions about the topic.
Anything that Desmond, mentioned, anything resonated with you in terms of how he might have dealt with it?
Manishwar C. Paul, one of the managers at GTT, outlined the importance of knowledge of mental health for the employees.
Especially in our department, which is the external plant, the guys in the fields. So those guys are the tough, macho guys who's going to go around and say, nothing is bothering me. But then you never know if they are being affected in some other way, not physically, but probably mentally. And exhaustion and all these things can cause persons to be mentally affected.
GTT plans to take the campaign beyond the workplace and sensitize the public. There are more than 200 classified forms of mental illness. Some of the more common disorders are depression, bipolar disorder, dementia, schizophrenia, and anxiety disorders. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Oil blocks handed out during the Ramatar presidency is back in the news, and the court has been summoned to intervene. Wendell Jeffrey reports.
Kaiser News is suggesting that former President Donald Ramatar is trying to muzzle the newspaper by employing a tool used by people wishing to silence the media in the face of disclosures. According to the newspaper, the former president has moved to the courts against the company, its publisher Glenn Lal, and the editor-in-chief Adam Harris. Kaiser News published advertisements via print and electronic mediums over the award of some oil blocks handed out during the Ramatar's presidency. Kaiser News claimed that the awarded companies have no known experience in oil exploration in deep water. They also aired some BBC reports that highlighted corrupt practices in Senegal, where President Macky Sall and his brother took kickbacks and gifted out oil blocks similar to what happened in Guyana. Ramatar said that the news outfit's publications have caused him public humiliation, ridicule, anguish, pain, and suffering. The former president said that the acts of the company have also caused his reputation to be immeasurably damaged. Ramatar is asking the court to award him $10 million in damages plus interest on any amounts awarded to him. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Electricity thieves are costing the Alabama trading millions in damages and loss of production. Esther Sobers has that report.
The frequent theft of electricity by vendors has caused the Alabama trading on Robb and Border Street to experience power outages for the past 3 days.
The vendors around our area seem to be stealing power from the lamppost that has our transformer, which is attached to our building. As a result of that, we noticed that one of our main wires were severed and lots of illegal attachments were set up for them to access illegal power.
According to LAM, Alabama trading has been affected for the past 2 years with the constant illegal connections by vendors. This had prompted several calls to the Guyana Power and Light to rectify the issue, which the establishment fears can lead to millions of dollars in damages.
We're asking for GPL to intervene and have this matter rectified so that it won't affect us, because we have expensive machinery, and as a result our machines could be damaged or lots of other equipment in our building.
However, during the interview, a team from GPL came to rectify the issue. Over the last 13 years, the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated had removed thousands of illegal connections across Guyana. Illegal connections are against the law, it's hazardous, and can cause electrocution. To report illegal connection, call GPL hotline on 225-5251. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. And now for your regional and international news. A 21-year-old student has been killed by 3 sharks while on holiday in the Bahamas with her family. Jordan Lindsley was snorkeling at the time and reportedly could not hear warnings from her parents while she was in the water. It's thought her right arm was ripped off and she was also bitten on her other arm, legs, and buttocks. Jordan from California was taken to the hospital but pronounced dead on the 26th of June, according to local police. Police have seized cocaine from a Brazilian Air Force officer who was due to accompany President Jair Bolsonaro home from the G20 summit in Japan. Officers arrested the man on Tuesday in Seville after they allegedly discovered 39 kilograms of cocaine in his luggage. The man has been assigned with accompanying President Bolsonaro on the final leg of his trip back to Brazil. Mr. Bolsonaro was traveling on a separate plane at the time of the arrest. On Twitter, Mr. Bolsonaro said, that he has asked the Defense Ministry to cooperate with the Spanish authorities and that, if proved guilty, the officer would be judged and convicted by law. And in international news, a heat wave affecting much of Europe is expected to intensify further, with countries including France, Spain and Switzerland expecting temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius later on Thursday. On Wednesday, Germany, Poland and the Czech Republic recorded their highest ever temperatures for June. Meteorologists says hot air drawn in from northern Africa is responsible. The heat is expected to rise further in many countries over the next 3 days, meteorologists have warned. And that is all for this edition of Headline News Update for June 27, 2019. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. for another update. Until then, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube for more news. Take care.